Hey guys, just want to let you know about the new website, Aspect of the Hunter. If you want to find the latest pet, transmog, or anything else WoW related, head on over to Aspect of the Hunter. It's the home for all us hunters. Hey, what's up guys? Ravenclaw here and welcome to another PTR change look at everything video. Firstly, facecam. I'm going to be bringing facecam back. People seem to always ask for it, so here it is. Secondly, we're going to get into all of these changes. First, I want to start with the BM, and we'll go over like talents and all the other legendaries and stuff. They have released the rings to the PTR now, and they've actually changed the way the ring works. By what I mean is they've changed the perk that you get. I'll show you that when we get to it. First, let's get into the talents. Now, the first one, Beast Within. The only change with this has been reduces the cooldown of Bestial Wrath by 10 seconds. On the live server, it is 15 seconds. So, not huge, but still, it's a nerf nonetheless. Okay. This one here, separation anxiety, as we all know, there was a time where you could use separation anxiety and just melt healers while you were just doing damage to the other target. So that got nerfed straight away. Then now it's down to 15%, so they've changed it completely. And all it is now is a movement increase for your pets and a damage reduction. So I suppose this is a good thing because now your pet's obviously moving faster, and on the PTR they have buffed Hattie's movement mechanics. So this would be good to keep up with kiteable enemies like, you know, druids, things like that. Or say, for example, if you're up against a shadow priest trying to melt your pet, this is also something that will help in that regard. Also, if you are up against another BM and you're using the taunt macro that I spoke about in a few videos ago, this will help when, say, for example, you taunt the enemy's pet and they're doing kill command, they're going to melt your pet straight away. Little things like that, I guess. Wild Protector. Okay, this has been changed. This has been reduced down to 10%. I believe it is 15%. I believe it's 15% on the live server at the moment. Okay, another bit of a nerf there. Now, here's the big change. Here's the big change. I think this is really, really good. This right here, Interlope. Okay, now, in my personal opinion, I think this is something that's really going to benefit us as hunters, BM hunters really. For example, this, if your pet is on a target, let's say you're going on a mage, right? Your healer's just been CC'd. They're about to throw a big glacial spike right between your eyes. You cast that, bam. It saves yourself from getting like one shot or anything like that. So as you can read here, the next hostile spell that's cast on you will now be redirected to your pet. So whether it'll be like a clone or something like that, this is going to be something that's really going to help us out in arenas, because not a lot of people were using misdirection. Well, misdirection basically gave your pet a bit of a damage reduction, but now this is going to something that's going to be really interesting to use, and I can't wait to actually try this out. Let me know what you think about this particular talent down below, and we'll have a chat. Those are the big changes for our talents. I don't believe there was anything really changed in our base talents. If there was, I will link it in. I'll talk about it in the comments down below. All right, so let's just have a look at what else we've gotten. Now, I went and bought these new legendaries here. These are the new legendaries that have been released for the hunters. We'll talk about the ring first, and then we'll go over to the other few. Now, this ring here, the one I was speaking about earlier, is because I couldn't show you because I didn't have it on the PTR. As you can read, it will change will give us another perk. So if I equip it, right, it's basically taken away our Bestial Fury because we've got it. So then we have the option to choose one or the other. We can go one with the pack, which, as on the PTR now, we're really looking at getting those procs in to be able to get more Dire Frenzies or Dire Beasts, whichever one you've chosen. I think that's a really cool little ring to have. You guys can let me know down below. I'd love to get a discussion about this. But yeah, before it was only Dire Stables. Now it's changed to Bestial Fury, which I think is even better than Dire Stables. But yeah, that's a really cool little feature that we've got there. Now, if you also look, where are we? Let's just bring that back up. For Marksman, it's Lock and Load, and for Survival, it is Serpent Sting. So pretty cool little legendary there, in my opinion. What are the other ones? So these ones here are spec specific. Okay, so for BMs, Cobra Shot increases the damage done by you and your pets by 1% and your leech by 2% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 4 times. That's a pretty cool little increase. Now, your Cobra Shot at the moment does 10% for every pet that you have active, depending if you've gone on Way of the Cobra. And this will add a more of a damage buff for both of you and your pet. Then you stack that with, obviously, Bestial Wrath and so on and so forth. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, so moving on to the Marksman one. We've got the Wind Burst grants you 15% haste for 6 seconds. That's not too bad. And the last one is for Survival. Gain 10% increased critical strike chance against enemies burning from your explosive trap. Now, obviously, you're using your explosive trap a lot, so this is quite handy to have. I think out of all the cool legendaries we've spoken about that I've gotten here is the Soul of the Huntmaster. Now, I'd like to, because you guys have seen all the legendaries that I've showed so far, I'd like to hear what you think the 2 best ones would be to have. Let me know down below. That would be excellent to hear about. Now, other than that, I've shown you the set bonus of the tier 20 set. Don't think that has changed since last we spoke. No, I don't believe so. No, yeah, okay. So, from now, we'll jump over and we'll have a look at Marksman. Okay, so now on to Marksman. Let's have a look at the big changes. So the first one, as you can notice right here, Spray and Pray, I think it was, yeah it was, has been removed and been replaced with Ranger's Finesse. Your aim shots that strike vulnerable targets reduce the remaining cooldown of aspect of the Cheetah, Turtle, and Exhilaration by 5 seconds. That's going to be more of a utility buff, I'm going to say. As for when I would probably take that, probably for more like BG times I would take that. Not so much for, I suppose actually no, for the Turtle that's pretty important. I don't know. See, it's hard to sort of say until I actually get in there and try it out for myself, you know. But let's have a look at Scattershot. Now this has been nerfed a bit because at the moment the cooldown on the live server is 20 seconds. It is now 25 seconds on here. Nothing else has changed as to the way it works. It's just the cooldown timer has changed. TNT has been changed a bit, but so at the moment, bursting shot will obviously, you know, when you hit the target, in sort of not incaps them. Oh, maybe it is incap, whatever, disorients. But also, anyone that's within that target range will also have concussive shot to applied to them, which is actually pretty cool. So not only do you get to disorient them, but you actually have a slow on them as well. True Shot Mastery. Now this one has changed a bit. Okay, so it reduces the cooldown of True Shot by 20 seconds. On the live server, it is 30 seconds. So that one has lost a 10-second reduction timer on that. So that kind of sucks. Alright, so those are the big ones that have changed for Marksman. Okay, so moving on to talents. The piercing shot has been increased. Damage has been increased by about, say, 20%, I think. Something like that. Sidewinders. Now, these have also been increased by, I think, maybe 5%. The way that they work. That's it. Other than that, there's nothing huge that has changed for us in the way of our talents. Now, as you can see here, this is what we've been given with the ring that I showed you earlier. And it allows you to choose either True Own or Black Arrow. So that's pretty cool. I actually like that. It's more of a Diablo feel. Other than that, there's not much else that has changed for us as Marksman Hunters. That was pretty much all I wanted to discuss as far as Marksman is concerned. But let me just check this. No, I don't think there's anything that's changed for the set either for Marksman. I would just double check that. No, it hasn't. It's the same. So most of these are pretty much the same. Okay, so now let's move on to survival. Okay, so for survival, not much has changed. The only two things that have changed are the Dragon's Fire grenade has had a buff to its base damage. I think I would say it's about a 25% increase to damage, maybe 20, something like that. That's its overall dot damage. And the only other thing that has changed is our artifact talent, this one right here. On the live server, it's 25% chance to summon the Spirit Owl, but on the PTR, the 7.2.5, it's now down to 20%. So they've sort of been flicking that up and down. I think it was at 10%, then it went to 25 and down to 20. Oh, it's up and down. Most of these changes, keep in mind, I probably have spoken about before, but these are for people that are just either coming into it as well and haven't heard them. But the other thing, as you can see, yeah, we've got Serpent Sting, which allows you to then take Dragon's Fire Grenade, or if you were taking Serpent Sting before that, which gives you a bit more AoE pressure as well. But that is all there is for the changes to the classes and bits and pieces. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little informative video. If I've missed anything or you want me to check anything out, let me know down below, because I'll be happy to jump back on here and test things out. I may even be doing a live server soon, a live stream soon that will just be on the PTR, so you guys can ask me to check things. I have 110 of most characters anyway, so we can go and do whatever you like. But yes, that's all I really wanted to discuss in the way of PTR news. And yeah, until next time guys, you keep on sniping, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye now.